One, two, three. Hello guys, I'm back. I'm your host, Pilot, with a new video. This is gonna be my second video of the year. So, thank you guys. So I'm very excited, and also I want to talk about a topic that is close to me. Honestly, something I really want to talk about since, honestly, I found the video that were correlating to it very, very concerning. All right, because it's about the political state, but it's mostly about the stuff that I about my interests. I am nerdy. I told you guys in the past that I am like a comic book, obviously Marvel persons, and I love Transformers as well, which leads into the video that I want to talk about. Is the reason there's been a slideshow that's been popping up on TikTok. If you're on the nerdy political side, it's about just basically characters that would hate ICE if they were in the current state of this world right now. And obviously there was Batman, Luke Skywalker, Optimus Prime, Black Panther, Wonder Woman, things like that. And the video that brought to my attention was by TY Nerdy about all the hate comments about it. So I'll just upload the video here, just like a little snippet clip.
So the user known as Cole made a video talking about how which characters would not support ICE, and in response to that video, properly_Moon Knight made a video, and I want to focus on his comment section. Spider-Man would hate ICE. The dude fights for the law. Spider-Man does not fight for the law. He fights for what is right.
And honestly, when I found this out, I was like, I gotta do more digging, since it's crazy how many people are hateful about this, since a lot of these characters have values that are based on morality rather than like the law. As you saw in the video earlier, one of the comments said that Spider-Man fights for the law, and I'll show TY Nerdy's example about it, because he did a good example on Spider-Man, which I'll play the rest of the snippet clip here.
The law should not be the universal standard for your morality. In Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil run, Spider-Man ties up and has a conversation with Cole North, a police officer who at first is very by the books, but Spider-Man explains to him that cannot be the standard you live by. You need to stop thinking about legal and illegal and start thinking about right and wrong.
And honestly, it's true, and obviously with Captain America as well. But I want to get to the point where Spider-Man, he fights for morality rather than the law, as the comment person said, because honestly, Spider-Man is known to fight for the people that aren't represented and fight for what's right rather than what is right in the government side. And also, TY Nerdy again, he did also do a good explanation on Captain America as well, because he honestly, brought a good point where Captain America is the symbol of America, but he contradicts himself with that symbolism, since obviously Captain America, the heart of the American dream. A lot of people, if you grew up on Captain America, you saw him as like the American hero. And in the comics, because usually this is all comic heavy base, I will get into the MCU later on in a bit. Literally here, I will show the snip clip. Watch, I'll summarize right now. It's just talking about how Captain America sees the American dream in an immigrant more rather than a regular US citizen, which he has to basically disagree with what is America or not. So I'll play this snip clip here because it explains it more than me.
America opens up about how corrupt the government is and how he doesn't know what he represents anymore.
This flag is like my skin. I wrap myself in it. I believe in it. It binds to my heart, protects me. But sometimes it's a skin I ache to jump out of. Victor is a true American, an immigrant with a dream, an inventor. Is that what this country has come to stand for? A dream crusher?
And then so seeing all this, I was very concerning. TY Nerdy did a good example, and this leads to the other point I did. I went into a little rabbit hole on this whole thing with I think is this right-wing influencer. Let me pull him up, so just like give me 2 seconds. By not Victor Nieves, which honestly very, he is a MAGA, I believe. Not MAGA, but I think right wing. So I'll probably correct myself once I figure it out. So he's a right wing TikToker, and I found him out because I was doing some research on this. He talks about how. So I'll play the video clip here, and then I'll explain afterwards.
Actually, Captain America and Black Panther would probably not they're not real, my guy. They're not real. They're fictional comic book characters. Some of these people, I'm telling you folks, they cannot process the world around them unless it's through the lens of a Marvel movie. They see something happen and they're like, explain this to me like it's the plot line of a poorly written Marvel movie where all of the good guys agree with me and all of the bad guys are actually my political adversary.
He is essentially saying that I guess these Marvel characters, these quote unquote, well, these are fictional characters, I'm not gonna say that these are real, that they aren't political, which undermines the whole value of Captain America, of Spider-Man. These are political, not figures, but they represent political ideals. Literally, Captain America is the symbolism, as I said before, the symbolism of the American dream. And him saying that, let me just, I'm gonna rewatch this, so I'm gonna cut this out. I'm gonna probably say what I want to say. Okay, he's essentially saying that, only a person can follow a character if it follows his ideals, which is honestly really hypocritical, since half the time, literally MAGA, or basically anybody who's right wing, has a Punisher / the blue flag, the striped blue flag, to represent, police lives matter, things like that. Don't get me wrong, follow your political ideal, but it is crazy if you're gonna say that it doesn't matter when literally most of the right wing have at least a Punisher symbol with the American flag with blue stripes. So it is really contradictory, and it's good that these people have characters that they could see themselves through, because honestly, with this world right now, we want hope. We want to feel that connected to characters and connected to what symbolizes as us. For me, Spider-Man, his morality is the biggest thing I look up to, as well as Batman. And especially with Batman, his parents got taken away at a very young age, and with ICE right now, he's taking families away, which I feel that is way more, I wouldn't say way more traumatizing, because he did see his parents die, but he would connect to the people who had the parents stripped away from them, since they know that their parents are alive, but they can't see them out. Unlike with Batman, he knows that his parents aren't alive, and he has a tombstone to see them, and he could physically go to them. These kids cannot. These kids are held in detention centers. These families are deported back and have no way to connect back to their kids, and probably left their whole life behind there. And yeah, I think I have one more video clip to show. Let me just pause this real quick. So yeah, I think the last TikToker I'm going to talk about is NSDD. I think his tag is Dammy Hilfiger. I don't know. It's because his username is kind of weird. I'll put it in the screen right now. He talks about I'll play the video clip here.
Hot take, I don't think Captain America would have hated ICE. At all. Everybody that loves ICE and the propaganda around it, it's all very I miss pre-civil rights America.
He essentially talks about how Captain America would be pro-ICE, which is, as we shown as the example. I'm not going to put too much attention on this. He basically is contradictory, as what we've seen earlier in this video. So honestly, I wouldn't say wrong opinion, but his mind isn't in the right place of thinking, since he sees Captain America as a one-dimensional, character, which we all know that comic characters, basically any written character, have so many layers to them. And this essentially brings me back to the last point, where which I want to say, because it is close to me, Optimus Prime. The only thing that I haven't seen talk about, because he is literally a symbolism. Well, I wouldn't say true symbolism, probably accidental. basically an illegal immigrant practically. He is an alien, and as you know how immigrants are considered aliens, literally a literal alien came here to planet Earth, and the whole point, there's obviously the whole stuff with the Decepticons and the cube and yada yada in the first movie, which brings to the strong quote where Optimus Prime says that all basically all sentient beings deserve freedom.
They're a primitive, violent race. Were we so different? They're a young species. They have much to learn. But I've seen goodness in them. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Literally, his famous, speech is talking about the freedom of humans in general. And Optimus Prime and the Autobots will be against eyes, against the whole harming of humans, since even while Bumblebee was tortured in the whole time that in the second act of the movie, literally Optimus Prime still fought for the humans no matter what evil was thrown at them, which goes to the point where he would hate eyes for basically hurting other humans practically, if we're looking at them as one-dimensionals, because as we all know, everybody has different layers. But Optimus Prime will see humans are humans and they're hurting other humans, and he would hate that fact and try to protect the people. And this also, and I was doing research about all the political stuff in the comics, which there's a good comic strip of Optimus Prime talking to the president in that universe, basically comparing their oppression. One was about civil rights and how hard I think it was her father or grandfather had to fight for, and Optimus Prime was relating how they had to fight for oppression, since we all know the whole Autobot and Decepticon war back in Cybertron, which led to the Autobots leaving. So he would understand the fact that these people from Latin countries basically leaving their homes, they for a better life. That's literally what Optimus Prime did.
There are other Autobots scattered across the galaxy. We must reach them if we hope to survive.
Optimus, this is our home. We have to fight for it.
We will fight on, but we must find refuge first.
He seeked for a better future. Literally in Bumblebee, he was basically fleeing from a war-driven planet. So, in my opinion, obviously, you could follow your own political ideal. You learn as much as you can, and obviously learn from others. And because this is my opinion part. Obviously, Black Panther and Wonder Woman are like the little exceptions in that whole thing, since they are kind of enclosed and only care about their whole country and don't want any connection outside of the world, since we saw that in Black Panther and also in Wonder Woman in the movies. So but besides that, these characters would obviously hate eyes, hate the message of splitting people away, basically driving hate, since we've seen with this whole political climate. And I don't want to drive hate with this, obviously learn from this, and obviously learn from me, and I want to learn from you guys. So I want to hear your guys' perspective on this. And obviously I don't want to drive hate. Don't drive a hate to these TikTokers, since obviously they might be rage baiting. I don't know. This is just what I've seen from my feed. So thank you guys for watching. I know this video is more on the political side, but this one touched close to home, so I wanted to talk about it, since I feel like this also is in the lane of what I know. I think what I know moderately, so because I'm more in the movie aspect rather than the comic aspect, so I had to do a little bit of research on these. And shout out to TY Nerdy, for basically showing, bringing this attention up, especially since everybody's fighting oppression right now. So I want to say thank you to him. And So hopefully you guys stuck to the end of the video and like and subscribe. You know, hopefully this didn't throw you off from what I do. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.